Okay, good morning,
Hi, good
Gus.
morning. We are live.
All right, I believe we are live now. If I can just find us, there we go.
We're here.
Welcome to the
Hi,
Goddess
welcome.
Chat. I'm the technical director who's all over the place.
What happens when you get up at 4:30 in the
Hmm.
morning?
Oh yes,
I'm just hanging out
4:30 in
here
the
at the beach.
morning. Mm-hmm. I've been hanging here in my sanctuary since 4:30 this morning, doing lots of magical things, some Reiki and some oracle cards, and my beautiful candle that I created for the winter solstice burning, and
Yeah.
communing with the goddess energy this morning, which we'll get into more of that after the first of the year,
Mm,
because today we are here to talk about Nike.
Nike.
Hmm.
Victory.
So, victory, ambition, celebration. These are
Hmm.
all the messages that Nike has to offer us. Um, we had an interesting observation of Nike offered in from one of our beautiful goddess sisters, Shannon, that we didn't realize that the goddess Nike was the foundation for the company Nike.
Yeah, it was interesting how she kind of came about, but isn't that how the goddess is? She
Mm-hmm.
pops up right when you need her, even when you don't know. I mean, of course, this was a very masculine energy that was trying to evoke something in a name,
Mm-hmm.
as we know in the world we of marketing and sales and creating products. The name is very important, and so they were trying to come up with a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
names and logos and stuff. I
Yeah.
was just because I was prompted to do a little research on that, because I had thought about Nike as well as like the company and stuff when we
Yeah.
posted this, and I
Yeah.
just really thought it was interesting how they were having a hard time deciding until I guess one of the graphic designers, a woman of course, had come up with the swoosh thing, and the guys were like,
Mm-hmm.
well, okay, we'll kind of go with that. And then she didn't actually come up with the name. It was the gentleman that woke up one morning like Nike, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how it all the, to call the shoe a sick. They were all fans of the Fifth Dimension music.
Right.
It's just so interesting how these things happen, and how,
Right.
when you talk about focused intention and ambition and all that
Mm-hmm.
sort of stuff, that they were so focused on that it had to be this certain thing, and then
Right.
no, Nike comes in and it's like, it's going to be this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
what a victory they've had, and the
Yeah.
success of
Yeah.
their,
Yeah.
and celebrating people's wins.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yes.
we
Which is what
that I
Nike is
like.
all about.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about before we came on, how she shows up everywhere that there is been a victory or a celebration, or
Mm-hmm.
that she's not the goddess, but she is accompanying.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a statue, she's there
Yep.
as a
Yep.
representation of that
Well, and
victory.
we were in our research, we found that 2006, 12, and 16 or something of that nature. Anyway, the Olympic medals had her on them. So that was pretty beautiful to find as well. And I feel like, because since we are taking our goddess pause next week, we will not be having a goddess chat next week, but we having Nike kind of round out this year and really invite us into celebrating our victories from this year, instead of, you know, ready to
What we've
run out of
lost.
this year.
What do we run
there's
away
this
from?
opportunity, right? There's this opportunity to really lean into observing and asking Nike to help us see and observe and witness all of the successful things that have happened for you this year. Celebration. So that's what the sentence here in our book says. Celebrating them is a key right now to enabling you to co-create even more. So it is very important, sisters. It is very important that we celebrate what we can from this year in order to open up this space for so much more to be manifested as we're moving into this next year.
Right. And celebrating is not an ego thing. It is not a,
No.
hey, look what I've done sort of thing. It is a recognition of what
The accomplishments that you have
right,
made.
what you've been able to manifest. What are you capable of doing? And we celebrate with you, because when we see that manifesting you, it gives us permission to believe that can happen for me too.
Yes.
So
yes.
when
Celebrating
you
one another,
right,
yes.
when you win, we win. I mean, and that's we raise each other up. And
yeah, there was some
don't let
conversation
people
in
tell
here
you.
about there was some conversation in here about don't look at what somebody else is doing with resentment or frustration about what you aren't doing. Instead, celebrate what they are doing, learn from them so that you can apply what you've learned to create even more of your own abundance. So again, we don't choose the goddesses, they choose us. In fact, we had one set for the first week of January, and Spirit came in today, Goddess came in today, said, this is where you're going. They also said, and you're going to work with her for the next journey with the goddess. So we'll talk more about that after the first of the year, but very exciting energy coming in right now. Very abundant energy. We are taking rest. We are, we just had the winter solstice 2 days ago. So now we are in the phase of winter in the calendar, right? So this is the end of the year if we're following nature. So the beginning of the year is in March, and then we're in the last phase. And in this phase, this is your time for resting, because when you're at rest, you're able to wake up to ideas and inspiration. And so even though we are having an intention setting session maybe in January, those intentions aren't actually beginning to be planted and seeds beginning to grow until March. So over this time, celebrate, reflect on what it is that you have done, and invite Nike to help you see if you can't see them. If you're having, if your eyes are feeling like there's a veil over them, this is where we call upon the goddess to help us raise that veil and see the abundance of what we have accomplished this year. And
yeah, and may I,
so much that we have accomplished this year, friends.
There has, and I want to encourage all of you to share with us in our group what your wins are. What do you want to celebrate, so we can celebrate with you? And like you said, it is, we don't want it to be a competition, or it isn't. It's just we want to join you in and learn and celebrate. It's a beautiful thing, and that's what we are here as the Divine Feminine to do, and
to raise each other up.
Yeah, I mean, there's been enough tearing down. I think we can all attest to that. We had that great conjunction that happened, and which is very significant for our global energy and what is going to happen in the next coming decades. I mean, this only happens, well, the two planets coming together that close have never been, like, it was almost 800 years ago that happened. So, you're thinking, whoa, what's going to happen globally, and we're a
Mhm.
part of that. I'm excited now. I always get excited after we have these chats, and I was
Well,
feeling a little kind
and
of
yeah.
down and sad, and I was kind of thinking about the losses that I've had, and I know a lot of us out there have had tremendous loss this year
Yeah.
in one way, shape, or form. However, I want to celebrate the lives of those people that have transitioned and the lessons
Yeah.
I've learned, and uh, just all of those things. And just
Mhm.
in thinking about that makes me feel better about
Yeah.
where I am today.
Well, and understand, and interestingly enough, the meditation that I found to share with our group on Monday night for the winter solstice talked about, you know, when we're coming into Christmas, we feel like we have to be jolly and joyful, and actually the winter is this time for us to slow down and honor whatever is showing up. So if you are feeling a little dense energy, it's okay. Honor it. Please honor it. And know that by honoring it, you're going to gift yourself the space for healing. And
Mhm.
that's something that I don't think we gift ourselves enough, is the acceptance of those dense feelings sometimes. And so part of my mission, and I think the mission of Invoking Divine Goddess, is to inspire honoring that. Because as we talk constantly, every aspect, every aspect, every aspect of the divine feminine, okay, is you. Every
Mhm.
goddess that we talk about is you. So even this, maybe pensive, feeling a little depressive energy is not bad. It's just part of your cycle. It's part of your process. It's part of your healing. So honor it.
Exactly.
Honor
Exactly.
it.
And just let it flow.
Yeah.
Find a
And when you
place to
do
ground
that,
yourself.
yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Those waves come, and
Yeah, let them flow. And
mhm,
water is a representation of our emotions. So I love that you have the waves behind you, because that is one of
mhm.
the images of emotions, is it's like they're waves, right?
Yeah, yeah. What I was
Um
focusing on this
and
morning. Go ahead.
good morning, Shannon. I just saw your message to
Hey,
us.
Shannon.
Good morning, Shannon. I apologize. Go ahead, Paige.
Well, it just reminded me this morning when I was out and looking for interesting things to maybe take a picture of. I kept my eyes kept being drawn to what do the waves leave behind, the patterns as they come up on the
Mm,
shore, and they were just such beautiful ebbs and sparkly flows and patterns and designs um, that after the wave came and then went back out
yeah.
were revealed. So it really is that let it flow, let it wash up,
Yeah.
because what is left behind can be so beautiful, but you have to look for it. I mean, keep your eyes open to that gift, that magic that will be coming.
Yes,
And it comes in
absolutely.
unexpected ways. And that's the magic of it.
Yeah, yeah. And again, just to bring it back to Nike,
Yeah.
she chose us for this last share for this year. She chose us because she wanted to remind our community to celebrate your wins.
Mm-hmm.
No
Mm-hmm.
matter how big or small, all of them are wins. One of the statements that was in here for the extended message was, you're not in a sprint, you're running a marathon.
Yep. Yep.
Take one small step at a time, friends. and trust in the journey. Trust in the journey and
Mhm.
celebrate it. Celebrate good time. Come on.
All right, we fully intend all of you to do your celebrate dance. Take a video,
Yes.
post it. We want to see you dancing.
I don't do TikTok, but maybe that.
I got to get the 7-year-old.
I'll get my son to do it. Exactly.
Yeah, that's how we
Oh,
know about
my.
TikTok is through our
Mhm.
kids. Hey, that's
Oh,
all
my
right.
goodness.
That's all right. There's a
Well,
place
dear
for all of us.
goddesses, we hope that you have a amazingly beautiful holiday and a
Yes.
happy new year. And we will be back for our next goddess chat in January. So enjoy this next week. We'll probably drop some lovely little nuggets this next week just to let you know we're still thinking of you. But we hope that you enjoy this time, enjoy this rest, and really rest, because everything I'm feeling and hearing and messages that have come in through other avenues, it's gonna move fast this next year. Things are gonna just feel like they're, and so take the rest. Take the rest.
And just enjoy and celebrate, and let us know what you want us to celebrate with you.
Yes, please let us celebrate with you.
Mm-hmm.
With that, namaste. We love you. Have a beautiful day, goddess.
Mm-hmm.